Connected Consumer. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris White.
And I'm Rosey, Sera, and we are the hosts of Parks Associates podcast, The Connected Consumer. This podcast is all about Parks Associates' data-driven market insights and emerging consumer technology products and services, featuring our talented analyst team and industry leaders bringing new and innovative products to the market.
So today we have a special duo of industry experts, subject matter experts. They've come in, they took over our podcast studio, so poor Rosey had to come sit with me in my office. We're really excited to have some young people here today because we see in all of our research that households with children are an extremely, extremely important segment. They over-index on device adoption across basically every vertical. And while the research shows only 30% of households across the United States have children, their buying power is humongous. That also represents 32 million households. So we say 30%. Don't sleep on the fact that America is very big. So 32 million households, and a lot of the products that are being purchased by probably adults are being used by families, including kids. And I got to say, watching even just my 3-year-old already know how to do things on my phone, it's disturbing how much kids can do with technology. So we wanted to bring on some smart family members of Parks Associates. We're gonna bring them on board here to tell you guys about their experiences with technology and share some of their expertise as part of this giant segment that's very important in the industry.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chris, for sharing those valuable data insights. So, ladies, please introduce yourself. Give us your name, your age, what grade you're in, and then why you think technology matters.
My name is Mallory Rubenstein. I am 11 years old, and I am going into 6th grade. And I think technology is important because it can help get stuff like it helps you like maybe like 50 years ago, I don't know, when they didn't have phones, you couldn't call 911 for an emergency. And technology also helps you learn. And
Hello, my name is Sophia Thrash. I am 8 years old, almost 9. I am in 3rd grade going into 4th. I think technology is important because at our school in 4th grade, it's everything in technology. We have to do assignments, tests, quizzes, and basically I excel for homework.
Wow.
Great. So you just mentioned that you go to school and you interact with technology often with, getting work done and everything like that. So tell us what it's like growing up with technology all around you. What technologies do you use, when you're at home or when you're at school?
So when I'm at home, I mainly use my tablet, and I watch TV by using streaming services and cable. And I have a new watch, which is called a Gap watch.
Ooh.
And I can call people in my contacts and text them, and it also has some gadgets.
Nice.
I forgot the question.
Tell us what it's like growing up with technology all around you, and what tech do you use at home and at school?
Okay. Well, it's fun growing up with technology all around us because right now we're using technology. We're using microphones, computer. We're it's awesome because then you have TVs, phones, and I use Roku a lot because it has Netflix and Disney and stuff.
That's cool. So we were going to ask about that. Okay, so you guys both mentioned that you watch streaming services. So which ones are your favorites, and what do you generally view your content on? Are you watching on some sort of handheld device? Are you watching on a laptop or something, or are you watching on the big TV?
I watch on the big TV because the big TV is the biggest TV in our house.
Nice.
So, plus there's Roku, and I don't have to bribe my brothers to get off that. then now I owe my brother about $20
Oh no.
because I
well-
have to get them. It's like they only play video games. That's the only thing they do.
Gross. They never want to watch TV that you want to watch? No.
Only when they're in timeout.
Oh, okay.
That's called jailed. And apparently James is the sheriff and he went into jail.
Oh, that's
All right.
wow. We're getting a lot of insight into how the Thrash/Parks household operates over there. All right, Sophia, I have a follow-up question. So you were talking about, so you're watching content on the big TV via Roku. How do you control it?
I control it with a remote.
With your remote,
Like
okay.
about this big.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So she's showing a standard size remote. Okay. So do you move through? You navigate through a bunch of menus and stuff to find the shows that you want to watch?
Yes, but to find the exact place to find all the shows that I watch, in the remote there was like four main things: Netflix, Hulu, and like that stuff. And then I just click Netflix, and it basically shows, and it pulls me up to Netflix.
It brings up Netflix right away. So most of the stuff you like is on Netflix?
Yeah, Stranger Things.
You watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
My gosh. All right. I don't think I approve a lot of I'm going to talk to Elizabeth and Nick about a lot of this parenting. I don't think I agree with many of these choices here. Okay, so you watch Stranger Things, even though it's pretty scary, I think. But apparently you're very brave. You get to watch it on the big TV unless you have to bribe somebody, and then it gets complicated. Mallory Joy, how about you? What are you watching your content on? Do you watch on your tablet or do you have a TV too?
So if I watch stuff on my tablet, I watch YouTube because I don't have Netflix on my tablet and Disney Plus doesn't work. But I mainly watch on the TV. I prefer Netflix, but some of the shows I watch aren't on Netflix, so I use Disney Plus. And then also I use cable because the shows come out faster.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you watch new content you watch on cable, like new episodes or something that's coming out on cable from your point of view? Okay, interesting.
Great. So you told us a little bit about, Sophia, you watch Stranger Things. What other type of video content do you like to watch?
Zoe 101, Jessie on Disney.
What about you, Mallory Joy? What kind of shows do you like watching?
I mainly watch Disney stuff. So I watch Bunked, and there's a couple new shows that are coming out. Yeah.
Mostly on Disney Plus. So so you were talking about watching YouTube on your tablet though. What do you watch on YouTube?
I usually just find different YouTube channels to watch, so it's usually different every day.
What were you watching today?
Nothing, because I came here.
So what are you going to watch later? What are you going to watch when you go home after you're off duty?
TV.
Right, TV, not YouTube? Okay. Sophia, do you watch anything like on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever that is not like regular TV, like old people say?
I watch YouTube.
What do you watch on YouTube?
Sniper Wolf.
Sniper Wolf. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never heard of that one.
She does she tries out some TikTok hacks, see if they work, and then if they do, we can use them. If they don't, she wastes her money and we didn't.
Nice.
Okay, so you're using some of these videos as a way to learn new things, right? So what other things have you learned so far with searching things on YouTube and or TikTok?
There's this at some restaurants, there's this bottle about this big, and basically it comes out very slow probably. So you flip it up. Well, of course you flip it upside down. But you flip it upside down and you rub the top in a circular motion so it goes down faster.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So the drink goes down faster in a swirl motion. Okay. What about you, Mallory Joy?
What was the question again?
What are some things that you've learned from watching YouTube videos or TikToks?
Well, on My teacher, my fifth grade teacher, during COVID, her previous class, they were at home. So she made a bunch of videos, and then we
Oh,
also got to see the videos. So one time when she had a sub, we watched these long videos about the planets. So
ooh,
it helps me learn about like school stuff.
okay. That's awesome. So you guys are both doing, you guys learned how to do like practical things on YouTube, but what about like fun things? Do you like, oh, okay. Sophia, big face. What do you learn that's fun on YouTube?
YouTube or TikTok? Which one? Or
Well,
I
both?
didn't hear that one.
She said like
YouTube or TikTok?
whichever.
Okay, so on TikTok, I learned that if you have a paint, so if you ever heard of rolled ice cream, it's usually used with like something that kids can't use. Well, if you pour milk, chop up some strawberries in little pieces,
Okay.
and you and then put it in the freezer for like 2 hours, let it harden, and then you grab something to roll it up with, or you can cut it into squares.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
So you're learning like hacks over there, dessert hacks. I appreciate that.
Yum.
So, so so far in the conversation, it seems like you guys are mostly choosing on your own, doing whatever you want, but there has to be some restrictions. I don't think your parents, even though some people's parents are letting them watch Stranger Things, what what about restrictions that your parents are putting on um, the way that you use technology or rules that they make about how much you can use and things like that?
So my parents, they asked my doctor, because my sister spends a lot of time on her iPad, and he said that you should only spend like 2 hours. My
Okay.
sister still does more, but the 2 hours is like a good amount
Okay.
for like any screen, including TV. Um, so he doesn't like us on our devices all the time. Also, when we're watching TV, there's like certain shows we're not allowed to watch. Um, like Big City Greens.
Wow.
Okay.
So,
Um,
so is that stuff blocked? Like, could you watch Big City Greens if your parents weren't around? Could you like figure out how to do it, or is it blocked by like?
It's not blocked at all. Cause like if we do watch it, it's just what's on live on cable.
Okay.
Um, and then yeah, they don't block anything. They just tell us don't.
Okay. Nice. What's going on at your house, Sophia?
well, my mom says no inappropriate stuff, no bad language, except if you want to watch Stranger Things, you can, because I have no problem with that.
Okay.
And
So
yeah,
you're okay. So
just
because you're a good
don't.
kid, you choose stuff yourself, and you just don't choose things that have bad language. Is that more or less how it goes?
Well, in Netflix and like Disney, there's this thing called Kids, and I have two accounts.
Huh.
One for the kids, so when my mom and dad like tell me to watch on Kids, I will.
Okay.
But they don't do that. Not at
Okay.
all. So I can
Got it.
watch on my normal account
Mm-hmm.
and watch Stranger Things and stuff.
Yeah.
But if they ever tell me to watch on my kids' account, I can just go out of my account and
Got it.
like it doesn't have any bad words or anything.
Right. Got it. So like changing profile, right? What do you think? Is that what it was like for you when you were growing up, Rosie?
Oh my, for me, I didn't have a lot of this technology growing up. And for the most part, it was just my parents guiding me to just watch kid-friendly type of content
Mhm.
and me complying with it or to it. But yeah, there weren't really any like restrictions
Wow.
that my parents were able to do like on the back end or anything. What about you?
I had to go. I mean, we didn't have anything to stop me, so I definitely snuck away into like the TV. We had a TV in like the bonus room over the garage.
Okay.
That was like a crappy TV that nobody liked to use. So I would go over there, and that's where I would like watch HBO stuff I wasn't allowed to watch.
Gotcha.
So that was my lifestyle. Apparently, the other three of you guys were good. I'm the only one who's out here on the
Bad
sly
guy.
watching. I didn't know that I was going to be presenting myself that way, but I guess here I am. All right, so Mallory Joy, so you have your wearable that you can use to contact people too, right? Your watch.
Yes. I'm not wearing it, but
Oh,
I
okay.
have it at my house. It exists.
Got it.
Cool.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool.
So who are you allowed to call and who are you not allowed to call on there?
So in the app, it's controlled by an app
Mhm.
that my parents have on their phone. So they put in contacts that I can have. So I have my parents, I have my mom's work phone, I have my grandparents, and two of my friends' moms that are like really close.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And soon I'll be able to call my friend.
Love it. So let's try and switch things up a little bit. So think about whenever you grow up and you have kids, would you want to put any kind of limits or restrictions on the type of content or videos that they watch?
Or like how long they're allowed to use it
Yeah.
and things like that.
So I would make it maybe like 3.5 hours, but like like how we said, we do a lot of schoolwork on technology.
Right.
Like they can get extra time because like you have to complete your schoolwork or else you get a bad grade and then your parents get in trouble for what they told you
Right.
to do. I would also like, if they're little, maybe control what they watch a little more because there is a lot of like PG-13 stuff and everything.
Fair enough.
What do you think, Sophia? How would you run the show if you were the mama and you were in charge of all the devices? How would things work for your little family?
For my family, I'd probably have at least 3 kids, I'm thinking. But
Can you say that
if
again? You probably have a what?
3 kids.
Okay, you
Okay.
can have 3 kids. So what are your 3 kids allowed to watch?
So
How long are they allowed to watch stuff like
if
that?
2 of them were girls, I would definitely make them have restrictions if they were the youngest. I'd make them have a time limit, and I'd only let them watch at night.
Oh,
So
okay.
then they wake up the next morning and they're excited to watch after school and after they do their homework and like their chores and stuff and
Gotcha.
exercise.
That's a good idea.
I like it. What about you, Chris? You're a dad. What do you do?
So my kid watches everything on Amazon Prime, which I think is really interesting that it's maybe like a different, because he's much younger than y'all are. He's 3, so he doesn't watch the same shows as you. But it's interesting. I was like thinking about maybe Amazon has more little kid stuff and there's other bigger kid stuff on other services.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. I've been thinking about the wearable situation because one of the features of the wearable is that your mom can know where you are, right? When you have your watch.
Yes, because it can track me. And they can also set up geofences.
Mhm.
So they'll know when I go to my friend's house or the other friend's house or I'm at school or anything.
Yeah. What are your feelings on that?
I like it because also if I take it off for something and I leave it there, I can easily find it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Also, like it helps them to let me have more freedom because I don't have to check in with them every so often. And it's just easier for me and them.
Mallory
Oh.
Joy.
Yes,
Is
it's
it
a watch.
It's a watch
Yes.
like that.
It's like an Apple Watch kind of, but like not.
Mhm.
You can have timers and everything, and there's a game, and you can call and text the people in your contacts, but there's not really anything you can do that makes it like dangerous.
Right.
So
All right. So how does that sound to you, Sophia? So I don't think you have a wearable yet.
I have an iPad, 2 iPads.
Okay, cool.
I
But
don't
how would
use
you feel about having a watch that would allow your parents to know where you are? Would that make you feel safer? Would that make you feel weird because they're tracking you? What do you think?
I think that make me feel both because like what if someone like hurts me? I could call them or call one of my friends. they can know where I am at all times. Don't really like that. But I think it's also it's pretty safe because like what if like yesterday me and my brothers were at my other brother's soccer game,
Uh-huh.
basketball game, and basically the game just finished, but we didn't know that. So Nick missed 3 calls. I answered 1, and I asked Dad why you. Dad told us, "Where are you? We've been looking for you for 15 minutes." Then when we got outside, Nick got in trouble because he didn't pick up his phone and I did.
Oh, okay. So you think a watch would help you always stay in touch?
For my brothers, yes.
Okay.
Okay,
For
like
me,
you-
that question, I know it was aimed towards her, but
We'd
I
love to hear
totally,
it. No, go ahead.
I totally just forgot.
So we were talking a little bit about the like privacy aspect. So you described the benefits of always staying in touch, being able to find your device if you lose it, things like that. But some people like it. So adults sometimes will be weird about it. Like, so like maybe I want to have a watch, but I don't want my wife to know where I am. Maybe I'm out there. Maybe I'm watching TV shows she doesn't want me to watch. Things like that. But there's a lot of this discussion going on in the adult world, but not really so much. Like, what would you think? Do you and your husband have like your track thing on your phones?
Yeah, we do. We don't really text often. So, my husband's in sales, so he has happy hours and stuff all the time. So, I'll just check in and make sure that, he's okay and he's safe through, tracking, or let's say I have a happy hour with some girlfriends. I don't always have to like text him. And so
okay.
he'll just know that I'm safe and where I'm at. So,
Got it. So you just check and you see that his dot is at like a bar that you already know about. And then you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
I have
cool.
a question.
Go ahead, Sophia.
Do you have Snapchat?
I do not have Snapchat.
I
Rosey?
do. Yes.
Rosey, your husband can look at your location on Snapchat and you
Yes.
could look at his. That's how we found my brother, my cousin, and my other cousin.
Yeah, the beauty of social media platforms and technology, of course. So my next question is, what are y'all's thoughts on what your parents probably did without technology when they were kids, without an iPad or without a wearable watch or without a connected smartphone? Mallory, Joy, what do you think your parents did without any of this technology?
Well, I know some things that my mom did. She played with Barbies because I know that because me and my sister play with them when we go to her parents' house.
Cool.
Oh, that's nice.
She
Yeah.
has a lot, and she has like American Girl dolls. She had
Wow.
a lot of toys to keep her busy, and she was very smart, so I assume she did her homework.
Okay.
And then my dad, I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't want to guess.
I'm guessing my mom and dad, well, they had friends in their neighborhood like we don't.
Oh,
So they played with their friends, they walked
Okay.
with their friends. When their friends were out of town or like whenever they're doing something, they'd probably do like yard work because my dad had like kind of strict parents.
Okay.
But they're sweet. So I think they made them. I think he like made them kind of like
Made
when he
them
didn't
work
say
hard.
something.
Mhm.
When he talked back, it was like no buts, no ifs, no is.
Wow.
You're doing this. So
All right. So your dad is outside trying to avoid his strict parents if he can. But so you guys haven't mentioned telephones or TVs at all. They did have telephones and TVs when they were little. Did you know that?
Yes, my mom, she had her phone. She had a phone in her bedroom. It's still there.
Ooh,
It's one
nice.
of those old phones
Really?
that it can connect to the phone in her parents' room and the
Yeah.
house phone in the kitchen. and it still works. So she did like call her friends and she did like hang out with her friends. She had a lot of friends. I read her old diary.
Oh my
She
gosh.
Aw.
had
Okay.
a lot of friends.
Nice.
Did she know that? Does she know you read her diary?
Yeah, I was sitting on the bed with her.
Oh, okay,
Aw,
okay.
Love it.
All right. Because I just want to make sure you weren't, because we could edit it out if it was a secret, but it seems like, okay, so that's good. All right. So Sophia, what do you think? Were your parents making phone calls or watching TV? How do you think it was different than the
My
way you used
mom
phones?
was, because she
Mom
talks
was?
about it all the time. How she
Okay.
used to lay on her bed and bring the phone and just twirl it around and like be, hey girl, you want to hang out? Yeah, I'm walking to your house.
Oh, nice.
Yummy.
I was like that too, to be honest.
And then my dad,
Totally relate.
I think he had some restrictions.
Okay.
Like when he was a teenager, he probably had like no TV at 11.
Oh, never mind.
No TV at 11.
Right.
Go to sleep by 11:30 or something. Oh, dang
Great.
it. I'm out of juice.
All right, cool. So, all right, so it sounds like your parents did okay, even though they didn't have any technology. But you guys are out there doing all sorts of other interesting things. So we're going to wrap up here in a second, but I wanted you to tell the audience one last thing that you want them to know about technology from your perspective, because almost everyone listening to the podcast is going to be old like me. Maybe they'll be young like Rosey, but they'll probably be old like me. So you have to please tell us something important. One last important thought to live with, okay? Okay, they're thinking about this.
You talk first.
Sophia, you have an idea? Let's hear it.
Well, you learn something from it. You do mistakes from it. Don't buy things that you don't think are practical from it.
Wow. Nice.
And people do stupid things, stupid places, stupid things. Like
Right.
really stupid.
So we want to avoid that if we can.
Like,
Yeah, so much.
why?
All right, cool. Thank you. Mallory Joy, what's your words of wisdom?
So don't break it, because so my school, everybody has their own computer.
Awesome.
And in 3rd grade, I was balancing my desk, like I picked 2 of the legs off the floor, kind of. And then the desk fell over and my Chromebook fell out of the inside and it like smashed my computer.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
So don't break your technology. Also, my mom, she was trying to trade in her phone, but she couldn't because it has cracks in it. So again, don't break your devices.
All right, cool.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go for it, girl.
Okay, so basically, that was here. That basically, my friend, she won't watch this. Basically, her name is Cindy, and she's my friend. And basically, she dropped her computer, and her parents had to pay for it. It was like broken; she couldn't even use it.
Oh, no.
So her parents had to pay for another one, and that one.
Wow.
Double
Yeah,
the-
technology is very expensive. So you got to make sure to take care of it for sure.
I had an early situation. Check this out. I had a Chromebook and I had it in its case. And I was getting in the car because I was going to go on a road trip. And I put it on the roof of my car. And I put my suitcase into my car. And then I closed the car and I drove away. And I realized like 30 minutes later that I'd done it. So I drove back and came back and it was laying in the middle of the road. And so many cars had driven over it that the case burst open and it like squirted Chromebook parts out of the like zipper. It was the word. It was
technology.
Yeah, it was like
My
gory.
computer got
Terrible death on my Chromebook.
So sad.
So that's hard. Okay, so
Hopefully
let's
it
go out
was
on a
like-
down note. That I just
hopefully
did. So
it was
ladies,
like,
you were awesome.
R.I.P. computer.
Hopefully
know.
it was like many
Still think about
years
it.
ago, like 10 years, because
Yeah.
that's when technology was cheaper.
I mean, I was poor though, so it was expensive to me.
Oh.
Yes, but like now it's so much more money.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think so?
Does it?
Money.
It doesn't fall out of the sky, but it does technically kind of grow on trees.
It does. It's made of paper, and paper is made of trees and trees.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
it's just with different parts. So when your parents say money doesn't grow off trees, it actually does.
All right. So listeners at home, don't try that on your kids. They've come around to the idea that it's cash and that it's from trees. So that's not going to work.
All right. I have one last question though, before we actually close though.
Okay.
One last thought. I do want to know what you guys think. Okay. Mallory, Joy, I would love to know what your vision is of the future as it relates to technology. What do you see happening?
Oh yeah. Good question.
So like what I see happening with technology
In the future, yes.
I see like, so now you see like more and more Teslas on the road. So I think in maybe like 75 years, I don't know, it'll become like kind of rare to see a regular car because Teslas are better for the environment. And also VR sets are becoming more of use. So I think those will become more popular. And I also think that so now Samsung's iPads and phones, they don't have the little circle to plug in the headphones.
Yeah.
So I think all the headphones are also going to be like wireless and everything.
Wow. Okay. Those are some good takes.
I like it.
Sophia, what do you think?
I believe there's gonna, in the future, like 100 years, there's gonna be flying cars, roll-up TVs, so you don't have to drag it. So you could just carry it like a yoga mat
and take it on vacation.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's gonna be like bubbles. So like the bubbles are gonna have things in it, like this cup, or like my juice, my makeup, and like just stuff we need. So like you don't have to carry it all. And you can separate the bubble and give it to your friend if she needs to use your like text message it, like needs to use your notes
from class. But I don't think that will happen if everything goes online.
No, but she was missing, so she needs her notes. Well, you have your notes in a little file that's digital. You open up the file, you take out the notes, and it's a bubble. So then you separate it and then give it to your friend. So if she loses the bubble, you have another bubble to help you.
Wow.
To like separate again. And it's just infant. So technically only one person needs to go to class.
I like your imagination.
That sounds really high tech.
Innovative. Great. So we're closing off this episode. Are there any last words you guys want to say before we close it off?
Thank you for watching.
And remember, don't break your technology.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Connected Consumers, please make sure to follow us on social media. Chris's Twitter handle is at CWhiteInsights, and mine is at Rosey Sera, hopefully. I think that's the latest one I have.
I think you're Rosey Olpino, Sera.
Okay, Rosey Olpino, Sera. Thank you, Chris, for keeping up with my Twitter. All other Connected Consumers that are listening, we're also on Twitter as Parks Associates, so you can tweet at us there and let us know what you want to hear next. Chris, do you want to plug our YouTube and maybe if people want to like and subscribe?
Find us on YouTube. Also using whatever... I'm very distracted by them blowing kisses. Whatever podcast service you're using, service you're using, like and subscribe, leave comments, and all that. Also, check us out on LinkedIn. We have a lot of free content on there. And also, as Mallory Joy was saying, electric vehicles are very important. So join us on August 8th, I think. I don't know, early August for the Smart Energy Summit where we're talking about electric vehicles.
August 4th.
August 4th. Thank you.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, and make sure that notification bell's on.
That's
I
right.
like it. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Adios, amigos. Bye.